Kenyan travel agents struggle with impact of lockdown on travel industry. Travel is a frangible industry often influenced by unpredictable factors like COVID-19 pandemic. All travel agents have been confronted with huge amounts of refund requests. Lockdowns, border closures and travel restrictions have left travel agents reeling from unspeakable financial losses. 1 year after the breakout of coronavirus, the pandemic has decimated the travel industry in Kenya with insurmountable severity. Travel is a frangible industry often influenced by unpredictable factors like the current COVID-19 pandemic. All travel agents have been confronted with huge amounts of refund requests for trips that had to be cancelled as a result of lockdowns, border closures and travel restrictions, activities that have left travel agents reeling from unspeakable financial losses. The whole travel industry continues to face financial challenges due to the ongoing pandemic, as the level of sales remains anecdotal compared to the years before. Beginning January this year, a number of travel agencies in Kenya anecdotally reported that sales and bookings had been rising, especially on days leading to the Easter holidays. However, the government's new COVID-19 restrictions announced on March 26, including suspension of domestic air services, an extended nightly curfew and a lockdown of 5 counties, dealt a major blow to the industry. As the travel agency community, we reacted with incomprehension. We were banking on the Easter bookings to improve our cash flows. The fact that this year, as last year, the Easter season was cancelled, meant heavy losses for us. The new restrictions came into force despite the fact that travel agents were 100% compliant with the COVID-19 safe travel protocols. Much has changed since the pandemic started, but travel agents remain an essential part of the tourism value chain, now more than ever. Travel agents help to preserve the travel and tourism ecosystem by ensuring the delicate balance between inbound and outbound passenger movements is maintained. Without the efforts of travel agents to support international travel, Kenya's inbound tourism numbers will be significantly at risk. The Kenya Association of Travel Agents (KATA) is calling on policymakers to continue discussions and agree on coordinated measures that are necessary for the successful start of travel, even as they strive to improve the country's epidemiological situation. In the meantime, industry will need continued financial support to help weather the extended business dry spell. KATA represents over 200 travel agency businesses with a workforce of 15,000 Kenyans. 98% of KATA's membership base are SMEs. We urge the government to particularly pay attention to the vulnerable travel industry in the recovery phase, to not only save small businesses, but to save jobs as well. KATA on behalf of her members is seeking interventions from institutions like the Kenya Bankers Association and the Central Bank of Kenya to issue guidance to banks to offer moratoriums on bank loan interests owed by travel agents. This will give travel agents the much-needed cushioning from large-scale loan defaults, negative credit rating and risk profiling, even as they strategize on new ways to balance off their books. Even though the current focus is on stemming the COVID-19 spread within the country, we should not lose sight of the day after. Travelers are looking for a clear signal when they can travel safely again. And the travel industry needs to have a perspective to be able to start up business again. KATA joins the many calls of different stakeholders that Kenya needs to act in the interest of all industry players when it comes to travel restrictions. We need a framework of coordination of travel restrictions that will not kill the travel businesses in Kenya, which includes a common criterion that seeks to facilitate continued travel, rather than impede it. The government should thus focus on lifting travel restrictions, and working with businesses to access liquidity supports, restore traveler confidence and stimulate demand with new safe and clean labels for the travel sector, centralized information for visitors, and domestic travel promotion campaigns. In order to rebuild travel successfully and get travel businesses up and running, more needs to be done in a coordinated way for the entire travel, tourism and hospitality sector, as its services are very interdependent. Going forward, the measures put in place today will have a great impact on the industry of tomorrow.